Hi guys, welcome back to Darish Zone. I have on this new video a great surprise for you, and this is the return of the Atari ST set. The Atari ST set was a very flawed set. I've included on Fire and Ice, but most of game doesn't work properly. Some doesn't even start. Others just freeze. Others ask for the second disk, for example, is multi-disk, but there's not way to move on from the first disk to the second and the third. There's not very viable. So this flawless set was mostly useless, even if Atari ST is a super fascinating system. So for Meteor, I've thinking something with a return, but a light return, because from over 3,000 games we are lower to less than 6-7 games, mostly less than 100 of games, so 67 games overall for now. This is the new base I will start for the Meteor. It is not, I don't exclude to add more games when I will release the Meteor, which is you know, the 512 gigabyte image I'm working, a huge image, gigantic image, which will feature the return of ST, which is it's missed on the King image for the above, what I said above before, what I said before above above the clouds. And so the set is back, a little set, but where is the catch? The catch is all the games you see are all functioning, all working, all are games compressed on one file by the crack groups, so there's no problem for the multi-disc, because all these games are one file, very similar to the Commodore 64 cartridge and easy flash technique. On example, a good example is the Last Ninja 3. The Last Ninja 3 is a 2-disc release, and the normal version doesn't even work. So let's try the Last Ninja 3. Wait a moment. Leave me alone. Okay, and it doesn't even ask for the disc 2, but I assure you, before enter this stage you have to change the disc, and not needed on this version. Oh my god, they have to load even the screen. Not good. But it's not, it's just the game is like that. It's so hard. Oh my god, it's so hard. The music's a remix of the Matt Gray iconic theme. I don't have weapons, only the bare hands, but it works. The most important thing is it works. The loadings are terrible. I don't think so, my friend. The loadings are almost unbearable, I have to say. Seems I got something. It don't have no mercy for this poor ninja. Enemies everywhere. This is so brutal. Okay, there's not a way to find a quiet place without enemies. Enemies are everywhere. No way. Okay. But it works. This is the most important thing. So these are the game. The Midnight Resistance, Midwinter Obliterator is a very super classic game. I remember that on Amiga, and I think the mouse is very necessary to this game, if I remember well. Prince of Persia. Let's try Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia. Tyon, virus detector, no virus located. Yes, a lot of ST screen. Press key. Pick. And as I said before, you can set your bezel of choice. Let's see if I have Atari ST. I should have something for testing. Remember the opacity to 100. Okay, this is the Atari ST bezel that was made for the Fire and Ice. You should recognize that. So you can not only load your lovely bezel, but you can also load a shader. This is the no shader version. I don't think so. I've made the shader version though. No, it's not. So let's try to load a shader separately. Okay, let's do with the classic 30 Ti. So we have the shader and the bezel. For that it's so cool to have a Libretto emulator. And this is, you see the games I show on this video, there's not problem. All games loads, all disk swap is correct. Okay, you have a way more large Amiga set compared to Atari ST, and most of games are the same. But I repeat, Amiga doesn't have the Libretto, so no shaders. But well, it has scan lines, to be honest, but the emulator provide that, but there's not overlays, no bezel at all, and you cannot also stretch the image, for example. This is pretty, what a graphic. It's good. Oh, ouch. Let's try to disable the bezel. And let's try to stretch the image. Another feature of the RetroArch, you can stretch the image keeping the shaders. So, image stretched and the shaders. Not only, if you strike Y button, you enter on it way more complex, you enter deeply on the Atari main menu, and remember Commodore 64, you have to strike cellular to move the cursor. But remember, you enter very advanced configuration. I not suggest to touch things here because the RetroArch menu is made all the things you need. So let alone that menu I showed is cool. You can call that menu, but don't touch for that. Oh my god, I don't have any weapon. This graphic is impressive. Okay, no, yeah, yeah. I don't have any, see anyone dead saying yeah. Okay, so you saw the scan line, and you saw the shaders, the overlays, and even the stretched screen. Another game, Satan. You see, should be guys from Spain. I'm pretty sure I have another character, barbarian, not the dwarf. The graphic is very detailed for. No, unfortunately, there is not parallax effect. Parallax. The screen just scroll without any effect. Amiga and Atari ST have some problems on that department. Oh my god. I straight on the wrong side. The sprite is gigantic, it's impressive. It's a sort of minotaur. A minotaur with a slip, an underwear. You have to kidding me. Don't say he struck that fireball from his penis. This is annoying. What the fuck? Go to hell. You annoyed me. So look at the animation of the jump. I can enter here? Seems not. The effect of the axe is terrible. I'm almost sure you can also select a barbarian. So that's Sensible Soccer, so I'm sure you will appreciate the Space Harrier. Teenage Queen, this is some sexy comic strip poker. I remember that on the Amiga, and this is the New Zealand story. Another game, a conversion from Taito. Cracked, it's all cracked. It's all cracked. It's all cracked. Okay, let's see this game, then I salute. I can see this set is working very well. Let's load another bezel. I think even on Meteor the bezel will be disabled, because personally I prefer to activate the bezel and not save on the, and most of you prefer to use this on for third type of settings, so you are not so interested on the bezel by default. You see, you have a lot of choice. You can load the bezel you want. For example, I can load the main with the performance scan line. Speaking of which, well, it's not fit at all. This is the classic arcade with Mortal Kombat Space Invaders fun. Speaking of which, I will release for this image the performance scan lines without the bezel. It's very good with the scan lines. The image is a little darker, but it's very good. he managed to escape, but his brothers are kidnapped. I already hate the music. Remember, if the D-pad does not work, remember to strike select button to activate. It was a pretty good conversion. The music is terrible. You know, the Amiga was very superior on that department compared to Atari ST. So I'm very happy the Atari ST is back on the lesser number of content, but is better than none. So expect to see the return of this system on the Meteor image. I've been said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check for new exciting video. Don't forget the game night will continue with new systems, so check it out. Bye bye from DZ.